will speak
Hello,
loudly.
folks. It's Bradley J, and we're live here on the Bradley J Show, and hopefully we'll be able to help you today because everybody needs help with something. Do you have something about your life, a behavior, a fear you'd like to change? Well, meet Canary Keogh. Canary is an integrative hypnotist and coach who uses, well, we'll explain how she does it. And so, first question, hello, and thank you for being with me. Really appreciate it.
Hi, Brad. Thank you for having me.
Who can you help, and how can you help them? Give them an idea of how it works.
So, I help people who have struggled with things their entire life, fears, challenges such as not being able to drop weight, people that have really tried everything to overcome a challenge. I like to use the word challenge instead of issues.
Right.
They've been trying everything on the outside, reading the books, getting the planners, hiring coaches, trainers, but they can't force themselves to do it. Those are the people that I really help. They know what to do.
Go ahead.
They just don't know how to make themselves do it.
So there are a couple of ways in the past that people have gotten help with stuff. They go to a psychotherapist and they talk a lot. And on the other hand, I just went to the hypnotist and like a blink quit smoking. But you integrate kind of the two. Is that how it works?
Yes. Well, I don't do a lot of talking about it. I really get to the motherboard, the subconscious mind, where all of your beliefs are stored. Because the beliefs dictate your thoughts, which is on the outside. So just imagine under the soil, your beliefs are the roots. I get to the root beliefs, the scenes that have to do with why you have these thoughts, take these actions, and you get these results. So the results and everything on the outside is, everything above the soil, the garden.
Okay. So in a little bit, folks, I have a phobia, I guess, an unreasonable fear. Although maybe it's reasonable. Maybe my fear amount is normal. But even if it is, I want to reduce it. So we'll go through that and use that as an example of how things work.
Sure.
I'm going to make myself vulnerable and open up live. And this is, you've already explained how this is different from other therapies. Now, do you work out of your office or is it virtual? Do people go into the office or is it virtual?
I do both. My office is in Woburn. This is actually my little cozy office. You would come in and lay down on the couch for rapid transformational therapy, hypnotherapy types of sessions. And we are So I would ask your subconscious mind a specific question. So I always ask the most painful question. So give me yours, and I'll walk you through how I help people.
Before we do that, how do people get in touch with you? It's Aloha Wellness, by the way. Aloha Wellness in Woburn. So
AlohaWellness.life.
Okay.
I have a phone number too. And I do in-person and Zoom sessions. I help a lot of people with driving anxiety. So taking 93, 128, it's just not help them.
Driving anxiety? We can do that. We can do that for me because I have driving anxiety. I haven't driven for a month, and yesterday I drove. Yeah. I have driving anxiety because I don't do it. I'm not used to it. If I get better at it if I just did it more?
No, that is so the subconscious is driving the bus. So the motherboard, we need to get in there. So, you want your car to go faster. What everyone's doing is exposure therapy. Well, expose them to the driving. Get a driving coach. Meditate on it. Write down that you will do this and visualize yourself being able to drive calmly. Those are all conscious, logical actions using just the outer mind.
Okay.
It's like changing the tires, wanting the car to get faster.
So what do you want to do with me? Do you want to do fear of going to the doctor or fear of driving?
Which one's more painful?
Fear of going to the doctor, because I can cure the other one by just not driving, which is
just
what I do.
Hire a driver, have an Uber.
Right. Okay. So I have a doctor's appointment coming up, and there's nothing I can do. I am just going to go to it, and it's one of those things where there's no point in worrying about it. And my mind, like many people's minds, go to the worst possible thing. That's one thing that is a tendency of mine. I go right to the worst possible thing and assume that is
Okay.
the thing.
Okay.
So, go. I don't know if I actually want to be hypnotized in public, but go through how it would work.
Yes, yes. So I will not hypnotize you in public, and my sessions are about an hour and a half. Sleep deeply. So we would get you into alpha state, which is the state where your mind is relaxed, the critical factor is gone. We speak directly to your subconscious mind, and I will bring you back to a scene, a place, and a time that has all to do with why you have this fear of going to the doctor. And then I count you down, and we go back to scenes. So we don't know what's going to show up, but it's like you're watching a movie of your life. It's like you're being transported back in time,
Okay.
seeing your younger self that picked up the fear.
But what if it's not the cause of some past trauma? What if it's
it doesn't
just
have to be a trauma. It doesn't have to be a trauma.
or some past
It's a
thing?
belief. It's a belief that you pick up
I see.
that has to do with why. If it's not a past thing and there isn't a scene, then I go and talk to the ego state. I do ego state therapy. So we all have different parts of us. There's one part of us that's, I really want to go to the gym. I really want to eat healthy and live longer. Then the other part says, well, it's really cold outside. Just stay inside. Let's just sit on the couch. Oh, well, it's already too late. Oh, I have a headache coming
Yeah.
on it. So I talk to the part.
Procrastination would be different than fear of, though, right?
Your mind is very different. It believes it's trying to protect you. So the mind's number one job is to protect you and to keep you alive. So if this part thinks it's protecting you by not allowing you to go to the doctor, it will cause you to feel fear every time you think about it because it
Yeah.
thinks it's trying to protect you. Something bad could happen. So let me protect you. And so I would talk to that ego state and we would negotiate with that part and we would find a different role. And you would be amazed as to why this part thinks it's helping you, it's protecting you. It's just an outdated role.
Okay, how many sessions does it generally take? Depends on the situation, I'm sure. I believe it's like 3 to 6.
3 to 6. If you have big T trauma or trauma, abandonment, neglect, have seen alcoholic parents, felt very alone, physical violence, grew up seeing altercations and people leave and that, then you'll need 6 sessions. But you start to feel better after your first session.
Okay. What else do I need to ask you? Your story, quickly, before we
Sure.
get to me. You, I'll let you tell it. You've already told me, and being a blabbermouth, I started to tell your story, but I'll let you tell it.
So I found RTT, hypnotherapy, a few years ago when I really wanted to have a business, but I could not stop procrastinating. And I had a huge reason. I thought, what is wrong with me? I felt like a big failure because I was a single mom. I had 2 kids to support, and my job was not enough. It was never enough. Beyond paycheck to paycheck, worse than that. And I always wanted to have a business, and I tried so many different things, but I kept on quitting and procrastinating. And I would say Monday, okay, I'm going to do it Monday, and then Tuesday, and then Saturday, when I'm not working, Saturday, and then I did that for about 20 years. I walked on fire. I went to seminars. I had accountability coaches. I read all of the books, but I still could not stop procrastinating. And I was very anxious, very depressed. It was bad. Eviction notices. I just didn't know how I could support my kids, just not having support and help. I felt really hopeless, but I was trying everything on the outside to have a business, to have a side hustle, to make more money, to give my kids a better life. But I felt like a really big failure, and I even called it lazy-itis. I said, if I just didn't have lazy-itis, if I could just force myself to get up and do it. Why can't I just do it? I have all the plans. I have people supporting me, helping me, cheering me on, accountability, and I just can't. And it was so painful, even thinking about it now. So I saw something for procrastination success, and I said, well, let me try it, because everything else I've done has not worked. And I realized maybe it's something in, you hear the subconscious. People talk about, the subconscious like they know what it is. And I thought, okay, well, maybe it's somewhere in my subconscious. So I had a session, and I went back to a root scene. And that's what I do with people. I always go back to the root cause. I really believe in order to change the fruit, you have to change the root. That's what I've learned. I kind of came up with that. But so my root scene was, so we asked the subconscious mind, which is what I'll do with you, bring me back to a scene, a place, and a time that has all to do with why I procrastinate, why I can't execute on these big dreams that I'm, trying to give my family. And I went back to being 7. I forgot about it, but the subconscious mind remembers everything.
Okay.
So 7 years old, asking my mom, why can't we go to the movies? Why don't we go to, why can't we go out to eat? Why don't we have toys? Why don't we have new clothes like the other kids? And she said, these people have been here many generations. They're doctors, they're lawyers. We'll never have that. And that was her reality. She escaped a concentration camp, ran by foot at night, slept in trees during the day to not be captured,
Okay.
to get us to America. So my mind believed success is not available to you. So it kept sabotaging me every time I went to try to do something. It sabotaged me.
All right.
Yeah.
So I know you're limited in time. So here's my problem.
Yeah.
Fear to go to the doctor. Afraid. I don't procrastinate, but I worry about it all the time leading up to it.
Yeah.
So I call you up. Hello, Aloha Wellness .life. Here's my deal. What can you help me? And you say,
yes. So you'll have to come in for a session. We will speak to your subconscious mind and go to the reason why you believe there's something, why you're afraid of the doctor. We will change your beliefs there. Fire that part of you that is afraid, give it a different role. It's trying to protect you somehow. It always does that. Your mind's always trying to protect you. And then you listen to a tape every night to rewire your mind to know that you're safe, you're fine. You don't have to worry for days. You don't have to feel this anxiety or fear. Mm-hmm. And you rewire your mind so that you're calm, you're peaceful, you know that everything will be okay, and that you can face going to the doctor. And then we have follow-up sessions to see if there's any other underlying beliefs about why.
Well, I know you have a client coming up, and so I just want to make sure people know how to contact you. Folks, if you've tried other stuff, you really have a behavior that you're not happy about or a fear, maybe this is something for you. Maybe RTT therapy and maybe Kenorikio would be a big help for you. Imagine a life, folks, we could get rid of that behavior. Wouldn't that be something? So tell them once again how to contact you, and we will try to connect you with some people so that you can help them.
Absolutely. So you can go to alohawellness.life. You can find me on Google as well, Aloha Wellness in the Boston area, and I'm highest rated hypnotherapist in the area. And you can also text my staff at 617-855-5101, and we'll squeeze you in. I like to meet with everyone first to see if they're a good candidate and see if we can help them.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. Maybe you can help me. We'll see. So it's alohawellness.life. That's what you have to remember, right?
Yes.
It's a cool website. I've looked at it a couple times. Ken Riccio, thank you so very, very much. And, I hope that you are able to help a whole bunch of people, because I know it's got to be rewarding for you. Not only have you found your calling as far as making a living, but in doing so, must be pretty rewarding to be able to help people.
It is the best feeling.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Take care, folks.
Thank you.